Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley made a wild claim about Tiffany Stratton after the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. The buff Barbie recently shared her reaction to the Eradicator's remarks. Nia Jax attacked Rhea Ripley backstage before the start of the show. The former Judgment Day member claimed the irresistible force did so because she was mad that Tiffany Stratton liked her more than Jax. The newly crowned WWE Women's Champion recently took to her X/Twitter account to respond to Rhea's claim with multiple emojis. Rhea Ripley's comments do not come as a surprise, considering the two champions teased forming a tag team following the Raw Netflix premiere. Interestingly, the two have previously teamed up once to compete with Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. Stratton was an ally to Jax before she cashed in her Money in the Bank contract on the January 3 edition of Friday Night SmackDown. After helping Nia retain her title against Naomi, the 25-year-old played her card to win her first title on the main roster. A week after Stratton's title win, Bayley defeated Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, and Naomi in a fatal four-way match to become the No. 1 contender for the WWE Women's Championship. The role model challenged the buff Barbie on the January 17 edition of Friday Night SmackDown. The two stars delivered a back-and-forth contest, which ended with the champion nailing her more experienced counterpart with the prettiest moonsault ever to retain her title, with Nia Jax shifting her focus to Rhea Ripley's Women's World Championship and Bayley switching brands to be a part of Monday Night Raw. It will be interesting to see who challenges Stratton for her title next. In the world of professional wrestling, rivalries often spark some of the most intense and captivating storylines. At the heart of WWE Raw, there are always superstars ready to grab the mic, make bold statements, and challenge one another. Recently, during a particularly heated segment on Raw, Rhea Ripley made a wild claim that has stirred the pot for weeks. She proclaimed herself to be the most dominant and unbeatable force in the women's division, suggesting that no one could challenge her. As with many statements of this nature, it didn't take long for others to react. One superstar who has always been known for her boldness and confidence is Tiffany Stratton. Stratton, whose trajectory in WWE has been on a steady rise, didn't hesitate to respond to Ripley's wild claim. In fact, Stratton's response was anything but timid, showcasing her razor-sharp wit, unparalleled athleticism, and unwavering confidence. In a recent interview following the wild declaration by Ripley, Stratton took to social media and the WWE Network to make her feelings known. Tiffany Stratton's initial response. In a clip shared across multiple social media platforms, Tiffany Stratton, dressed in her usual glamorous attire, sat confidently in a chair backstage at a recent WWE event. The camera zoomed in, capturing her bright blue eyes and signature smirk. The video started with a direct cut to Stratton's impassive face before she leaned into the camera, delivering a statement that left fans buzzing. "So, Rhea Ripley thinks she's the most dominant force in the women's division, huh? That's cute," Stratton said with a laugh, flipping her blonde locks over her shoulder. "But let's get something straight. Dominance, I know what it looks like, and let me tell you, Rhea, it doesn't look anything like you." The bold words were followed by a flick of her wrist, as if dismissing Ripley's entire claim. The video continued with Stratton looking directly into the camera. "You've had your run, Rhea, you've been the big bad wolf of the division, but just like any good story, the wolf gets dethroned, and when you're looking around for who's next to take that crown from you, you'll find me waiting. I don't need to scream dominance to prove I've got it. My actions speak louder than any cheap claim you can make," she said before standing up and walking off screen. The fans react. Social media immediately exploded with mixed reactions following Stratton's response. Fans of Ripley were quick to defend their champion, insisting that Rhea was indeed the most dominant force in WWE and that Stratton was simply trying to stir the pot. Others, however, rallied behind Tiffany, citing her impressive in-ring skills, growing popularity, and a refusal to back down in the face of adversity. "Rhea's unstoppable," one fan commented on Twitter. "Tiffany is just trying to get attention." On the flip side, a user responded, Tiffany Stratton is the future of WWE. Ripley's time at the top is coming to an end. She's got that it factor. The tension between Stratton and Ripley grew palpable. While Ripley had made her name by dominating the division with her intimidating presence and ruthless in-ring style, Stratton's response showcased her sharp intellect, technical prowess, and uncanny ability to captivate fans with her persona. The challenges and anticipation of a match. It was clear from Stratton's response that she wasn't going to let Rhea's comments slide. In the following weeks on Raw, Stratton continued to make her presence known, challenging Ripley both verbally and physically. She engaged in a series of matches against some of the top women in WWE, each performance more dominant than the last. It was evident that Stratton wasn't merely talking about taking on Ripley, she was preparing for it. Meanwhile, Ripley remained steadfast in her own assertion, appearing on interviews and promos claiming that nobody in the division was even close to her level of dominance. She mocked Stratton's efforts to get attention, calling her a rookie trying to play in the big leagues, but Tiffany Stratton wasn't backing down. In fact, she began making waves with a string of highly impressive victories, each one more emphatic than the last. The WWE Universe watched closely as she systematically dismantled opponents with precision, athleticism, and the cold, calculated mindset that had been her signature. Fans began to wonder if maybe, just maybe, Stratton had what it took to dethrone Ripley. The rise of Tiffany Stratton. For Tiffany Stratton, this wasn't just a moment of responding to a challenge. It was a defining moment in her career. Stratton, who had arrived in WWE as a breakout star with her undeniable charisma and athletic ability, had always been someone with confidence in spades. Yet, after Ripley's audacious declaration, she knew it was time to truly rise to the occasion. She had been steadily building momentum on both NXT and Raw, showcasing her development as a performer. Her technical prowess, athleticism, and sharp wit had endeared her to fans, and her journey seemed primed for a collision course with Ripley. But Stratton also knew that she had to outsmart her opponents, not just outmuscle them. And when it came to a fight against someone as formidable as Ripley, strategy would be key. Tensions boil over, a showdown at WWE pay-per-view. As weeks went by, the tension continued to build between the two women. The WWE Universe was eagerly awaiting what seemed to be an inevitable showdown. Fans were already speculating whether it would happen at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or even sooner. Both women exchanged barbs on social media, with Stratton continuously posting video clips showcasing her training and her recent victories. Meanwhile, Ripley kept asserting her dominance, declaring that no one, not even the talented Stratton, could take her down. Finally, the match was confirmed for an upcoming WWE pay-per-view event. The anticipation reached a fever pitch as WWE fans began to draw comparisons between Ripley and Stratton, dissecting their contrasting styles, personalities, and approaches to the business. The match: Tiffany Stratton vs. Rhea Ripley. As the night of the match arrived, the atmosphere was electric. The WWE Universe knew that this was a historic contest. On one side, you had Rhea Ripley, the dominant champion, a powerhouse with unmatched resilience. On the other, Tiffany Stratton, the brash, self-assured contender, who had been steadily making waves in the division. The crowd erupted as Ripley made her entrance, her ominous music blasting through the arena. She stepped into the ring, a picture of raw power and unshakable confidence. Tiffany Stratton's music hit soon after, and the crowd responded with equal fervor. Stratton strutted down the ramp, looking every bit the star she had promised to be. She walked with purpose, eyes locked on the ring. When the bell rang, it was clear that this match was not going to be just another contest. Ripley and Stratton tore into each other with a ferocity that showcased just how high the stakes were. Ripley used her size and power to ground Stratton early on, but Stratton countered with agility, speed, and a mastery of technique. There were several near falls, with both women showcasing their full arsenal of moves. Ripley attempted to lock in her signature riptide, but Stratton slipped out of it, landing a beautiful German suplex. The crowd gasped as Stratton climbed to the top rope and delivered a picture-perfect moonsault, nearly pinning Ripley for the win. In the final moments of the match, Stratton seemed poised to make history. She locked in her finishing move, the Stratton crash, but Ripley fought back with everything she had. In a shocking display of power, Ripley managed to lift Stratton for the riptide, planting her squarely in the center of the ring. The referee counted to 3. Aftermath, respect and rivalry. Though Stratton had lost the match, the result was far from a defeat. As Ripley celebrated her victory, the camera turned to Stratton, who was slowly rising to her feet, a fierce glint in her eyes. Ripley approached her, offering a hand. For a brief moment, the two women locked eyes, Ripley, the dominant champion, and Stratton, the fiery challenger. Stratton, ever the competitor, refused the handshake, instead giving Ripley a knowing smirk. "You may have one today, but don't get too comfortable, Rhea. I'm coming for that title." Ripley nodded, acknowledging the challenge before raising her title high. The crowd cheered, knowing that this rivalry wasn't over. In fact, it was just beginning. Conclusion: the future of WWE's women's division. Tiffany Stratton's response to Rhea Ripley's wild claim marked the beginning of a new chapter in the women's division of WWE. While Ripley remains a dominant force, Stratton's rise to prominence is undeniable. Their rivalry is set to continue, with the potential to become one of the most intense and compelling storylines in recent memory. WWE fans are in for an exciting ride as these two powerhouse women collide again, proving that the future of WWE's women's division is in incredibly capable hands. Whether Stratton will eventually dethrone Ripley remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure: Tiffany Stratton is here to stay. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.